Hi everyone, welcome to the CD Cave. I'm Jack Burial. Today in this episode, I'll be sharing 10 of my personal favorite prog rock albums. That's part of my collection, so I hope you'll enjoy it. Before we get into that, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. And I'd like to thank all the new subscribers that have subscribed in the last couple of weeks. Really overwhelmed with all the support I've been getting. So to get started, the first one that I chose is Kansas, Song for America. This has always been one of my favorite Kansas albums. One of the ones I listen to the most. Down the Road, the epic Song for America is a great song. Limelight Symphony also. Lonely Street's a great rocker. The Devil Game and Hymn to the Atom is over 12 minutes long. That finishes off the album. This is a great early Kansas album. Next, I went with one of my favorite bands of all time, Jethro, Tull, Aqualung. Probably their most popular album. Great album, no. Aqualung, Cross-Eyed Mary is a great song. Cheap Day Returns also good. Mother Goose is a great song. And Side 2 also has some great songs on here too. Locomotive Breath is a great song. Yeah, can't go wrong with Jethro Tull, Aqualung. And these are not in any particular order, they're just random. I'm not rating them at 1 to 10 or worst to best, they're just random picks. Next, Big Brave by Marillion. This is the Hogarth era Marillion. And this is probably my favorite Marillion album from that period. Bridge, Living with the Big Lie, Runaway, Goodbye to All That, which comes out in 5 different parts. And then Standing in the Swing and Hard as Love. Alone Again, A Lap of Luxury is great. The title track, Brave, The Great Escape. This is a great Marillion album. Next is definitely a classic. One album I probably listened to the most in my lifetime. Crime of the Century by Supertramp. This is definitely my favorite Supertramp album. School, Bloody Well Right, Hide in Your Shell, Asylum, Dreamer, Rudy, Is Everyone Listening, and Crime of the Century. This is one album you can't beat. Crime of the Century, it's pure classic. Next, a great Canadian band, Rush, Farewell to Kings. This too, another great early Rush album, great prog album. The opening track, Farewell to Kings, is my favorite off the album. Then Xanadu is a great song, Closer to the Heart, which was a really popular song off the album. Cinderella Man, Madrigal, and the Cygnus X1 finishes it off at over 10 minutes. This is a great album by Rush. Next, I went with Ayreon, Flight of the Migrator, Part 2. If you're not familiar with Ayreon, they're a great band. This has quite a few different singers on this one here. This album has Russell Allen, Damian Wilson, Andy Darris, Lana Lane sings on this, Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden sings on this, Ian Perry, Fabio Leone. Just a great bunch of singers on this album, and it's a great album also. Do check them out. Ayreon, Flight of the Migrator. Next, I went with Genesis, Trick of the Tail. This is definitely my favorite Genesis album without Peter Gabriel. A lot of people thought they couldn't go on without Peter Gabriel. Well, they did all right, especially on this album here. Dance on a Volcano, Entrangled, Squat, my favorite song on the album. Mad Moon, Robbery, Assault and Battery, another great song. Ripples, also a great song. Trick of the Tail, and finished off at Los Santos. Yeah, this is a great Genesis album. Check out the tail. Next, I went with Dream Theater Scenes from a Memory. Another great band, Dream Theater. This album comes in 2 different acts with different scenes, like scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, that type thing. And has Regression, Overture 1928, Strange Deja Vu, Through My Words, Fatal Tragedy, Beyond the Life, and Through Her Eyes. And then the second part, which is Act 2, has Scene 6, which is Home, Scene 7, The Dance of Eternity, then the second part, One Last Time. Scene 8 has The Spirit Carries On, and Scene 9 has Finally Free. And yeah, this is great Dream Theater album. Next, I went with another classic album. Yes, Fragile. Probably not their best according to a lot of their fans, but it's definitely the Yes album I listen to the most, or have listened to the most. Yeah, Opening Up a Roundabout is a great song. Cans and the Brahms, We Have Heaven, South Side of the Sky is another great song. 5% for Nothing, that low instrumental is great. Long Distance Runaround, The Fish is also great. Move for a Day, and Harder Sunrise is a great song. Yeah, classic, yes. And for my last choice, I went with Eloy, Oceans 2, The Answer. Eloy is just a great German band. And this is one of the last CDs I've purchased from Eloy, and I've listened to it, I don't know how many times so far. I've had it probably for about 3 or 4 months now, and I've listened to it at least once or twice a week. It's just a great album. Between Future and Past is a great song. Paralyzed Civilization is also a great song. Serenity. Reflections from the Spheres Beyond. The final track on here, The Answer, is probably my favorite on here. This is from 1998 on Gun Records. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Eloy, check them out. And this I find is one of their underrated albums, but this is a great Eloy album. So that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care of yourselves.